Hey everybody, Chris here. So after being at the Bitcoin conference last week, a lot of bullishness all over for Bitcoin and crypto. We hear Michael Saylor is buying, Metaplanet, governments, different institutions all buying. But the prices are still going down. So who is selling? Who's selling their Bitcoin? Who's selling their Dogecoin? I'm going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And we did have a live stream on Sunday afternoon, and we were talking about leverage trading. That's right. If you want to know more, you got to watch like the first 20 minutes of that where I cover in detail what I think is really going on, but we even have more to cover. So let's get into it. Let me show you the charts and the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart, and we're at $18.99, yeah, just around 19 cents here. There was a dip this morning down to about 18.8. So, yeah, 18-cent Dogecoin on the dips. And we're starting to move back up this morning. We'll see how that goes as we go through the day. Here's the Bitcoin. Look at this Bitcoin fall off here. From earlier this morning, up over 106,000 and dips all the way down to 103.9. Look at that selling there. Who's selling their Bitcoin? Right? Had all this Doge. Who's selling their Dogecoin? What is going on here? I mean, this is just, it's not a bear market. I mean, and there's so much bullishness. I mean, look what's going on here. Bitcoin Archive says this morning, just in, Australian Bitcoin ETFs took in 60x more funds than gold ETFs. Bitcoin surge is fueled by runaway ETF inflows, institutions rotating out of gold, piling into spot Bitcoin. Volume and market cap are both up, showing strong appetite, even as some US ETF outflows spark some caution, but the social chatter stays bullish. It's like, this is still like real bull market stuff. Whales are buying Bitcoin like absolute madmans. Right? It's like whale flows, sending mixed signals, accumulation back on the radar, right? It's like, this is like buying, like everyone's buying. Michael Saylor this morning, strategy has acquired 705 Bitcoin, $75 million at $106,000 per Bitcoin. Well, he didn't obviously buy on the dip. He should have waited a little bit and bought down here at 104, 103. But he doesn't care. Strategy doesn't care. I mean, this isn't Michael Saylor's Bitcoin. It's MicroStrategy's Bitcoin. And he just, I mean, he believes Bitcoin's just going to keep going up and up and up, so it doesn't matter. But, I mean, look at this. It's like buy, right? It's like, if he bought 700 Bitcoin, who sold, right? I mean, why did the price go down? Because that's a lot of Bitcoin, right? But that's not it. Metaplanet has acquired 1,088 Bitcoin for $117 million at $107,000 per Bitcoin. Has achieved Bitcoin yield of 225% year to date in 2025. They now hold 8,888 Bitcoin total. So Metaplanet is like MicroStrategy 2, right? Just buying. Update, Bitcoin on exchanges hits a new low. Supply shock is here, right? There's not as much Bitcoin on the exchanges anymore. It's going down and down and down. That's people buying. So what's going on? Why is the price going down when there's all this buying? Whale accumulation. Altcoin Gordon says, James Nguyen opened another $100 million Bitcoin long. Within seconds, the shady market makers dumped the price toward its liquidation price of $104,580. Why are they so desperate to see him lose? I talked about this yesterday on my live stream. Doge, Bitcoin, ETH, leverage liquidations. Look at the heat map, right? We were looking at the heat maps, right? If you don't know what those are, join in my next live stream on Monday afternoon. We'll be talking more about the heat maps, what those show, what those look like. because they know. They know what's going on. It's absolutely wild, mate. Nobody can deny what's happening at this point. It's us versus the suits. Well, it's not the suits. It's the exchanges and the market makers, guys. And Lark says, look, James Wynn back at it again, opened a Bitcoin long, 945 Bitcoin, $99.5 million with 40x leverage. His initial liquidation price was $104,580, but he recently deposited another $400,000 as margin. His new liquidation price is $104,151. Will he get liquidated again? Look what happened this morning. 104.5, 104.3, and dipped and dipped and dipped. There's 104.1, and they dipped it just a little more, just to be sure, to 103.9. And now Bitcoin's price is going higher. Kind of interesting how Bitcoin's price went just to that level and then decided, okay, that's enough. We got rid of him, that 40x leverage. Now we're going to turn back around and come back up. Guys, it's not rocket science, right? You start looking at this and you just go, man. Here's what James says. If you want to support the cause, fight the corruption, buy Bitcoin now. The moment I entered my long, the insta-hunted me. There's an agenda here. I don't know what it is. Duh. I know what it is. Come on, James, you know what it is. You're just playing the game. It can't just be my long. Yes, it can. Maybe it's because I'm a fish playing a whales game, or maybe it's because I'm bringing attention to Hyperliquid. Either way, try and support me by buying Bitcoin. Nope. Liquidation price 104,151. Nope. Gone. Bitcoin dropped. Liquidated. That's it. Inside the crypto whale games, how liquidation hunting targets leverage traders. Here's an article I just found on this. It's like, this is what's, you wonder why the price goes up and down. It's all about this. It's all about this. And eventually they're going to go after all the shorts. We were looking at all of those on the live stream. We'll look at them again on Monday on the live stream and what's going on. It's not Ukraine versus Russia. It's not tariffs. It's not like interest rates and inflation and all that. Those are all just little trigger points. But it's the market makers who do the liquidation hunting, and they win. They don't want you to win. They're winning. Again, we covered that in a lot more detail during my live stream on Sunday. So watch the beginning, like 10, 15 minutes of that, and I got into all the detail on that. But we'll talk about it again on the next live stream on Monday. Meanwhile, Dogecoin's price prediction trap, move before the pump. Well, I mean, we just saw what happened with Bitcoin diving down, right? And how that move happened, where it hit, now recovering. Dogecoin following along, dips down to 18.8 or so, and now coming back up over 19, right? Just following Bitcoin, that's what it does. Altcoin Sherpa says, look, another idea I'm playing with too, looking at Bitcoin, saying maybe we continue to grind down sub 100K to take out more leverage, right? That looks like that. It could be in the cards. All we need is just one more little bit of news that's negative to trigger a little bit of selling. Then the market makers will pounce. They'll hunt the big leverage. Eventually, it's going to go back up, and they're going to start taking out shorts. That's eventually going to happen. How long until that starts to happen? Because we saw all those big shorts out there. They're going to come and they're going to hunt the shorts. But right now, it's the long game. They're hunting the longs. That's what's happening. Trader Tardigrade says, look, it's not really a golden cross. We don't call it a golden cross. But on the weekly, on the MACD, there's a crossover. We call it the crossover. And that crossover is happening right now. On the weekly, this, of course, is way zoomed out. And last time we saw that, of course, was last October, which led to the November big pump. But again, that was all based on the big news of Trump winning the US presidency, Elon Musk, and Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, and all the excitement about that. And I don't think you can use that same fractal because that was based on this huge bit of news. And you need something like that with Doge to get it to go 200, 300%, like it did late last fall. So that isn't quite a realistic fractal, I think. But that doesn't mean we can't pump some of that. Dogecoin is forming falling wedges as bases along a parabolic curve in this cycle. Doge has left base 3, aiming for the high of base 4, which would be over $1 according to his chart of these falling wedges. So go through a falling wedge, start to come up, retrace, boom. Falling wedge, start to come up, retrace. It had a little one there, and then boom. Falling wedge, comes up, retrace, boom. Maybe it's this parabolic curve, step-like formation that we have with these different bases, and Doge is going through that. We know Doge can be much more volatile than Bitcoin, especially on the upside, especially when there's the green candles. Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin again and again and again on those big runs. That is the reward, right? We have the risk right now on the downside. There's no doubt Doge has fallen harder than Bitcoin. We've covered that. Oh, Chris, Dogecoin's doing so bad. Wait till the green. Wait till the green. House of Doge. The Dogecoin reserve is a critical part of our plan. We intend on buying tens and tens of millions of dollars in Doge. Dogecoin adoption for transactions and payments is a focus. We know we have the community support. Time to spread the gospel that Dogecoin is money. This is what's coming, guys. This is what is coming. And not only House of Doge, we still have Elon as a wild card. But to get through all that, we got to get through what? The liquidations, right? In the past 12 hours, $18 million of Bitcoin liquidations, $13 million of ETH, even Doge, $1.8 million in liquidations for Dogecoin. And this is all happening. I mean, just look at these, right? Here's a Doge, one $347,000 trade on Doge, got liquidated at 18.89 cents on Doge. And that just happened this morning. And there's big Bitcoin ones and ETH ones, and that's what they're taking out. They're taking out these long leverage trades because there's a lot of big, heavy traders that are betting on the turnaround, and they want to ride it up with big leverage. So that's what's going on. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Who's selling their Bitcoin? Who's selling their Dogecoin? At this point, in this market, in this cycle, who's selling? Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.